everybody!
Yay! Thank you, dog. It's Friday.
Happy TDIF, everyone!
Oh, I'm so happy it's Friday. It's always our favorite day of the week. We get to spend our time with you and do some fun stuff together, crafts and recipes and all kinds of good stuff in honor of our love for pups. Thanks for being with us today. If you don't know who we are, I'm Patty Quinn, and I'm here with the amazing and absolutely adorable Hillary Buchholz.
Hey, everybody.
We are the co-founders of We Heart Hounds, and as I said, we come here every Friday, all kinds of good things that every dog mom, dad, and pet parent around would absolutely love to do. So if you know of any, please share, sprinkle the love.
Yeah.
The more the merrier. We just love spending time with everybody, just having fun, kicking up your feet and getting crafty. It's kind of fun. So today we have what we're calling a Sweater PUPkins, and it's basically a Dollar Tree makeover. Yay! So we love Dollar Tree makeovers. So, yep, we got this little hanger decor from Dollar Tree. I just love the shape. Again, you know, just kind of that real classic pumpkin shape. And we're gonna cozy this one up. We're gonna sweaterfy it. And so before we get started, I just wanted to give, there's kind of like a pre-step. So obviously you use your Dollar Tree decor and you're going to use the sweater. If your sweater is like a white or an off-white or a light colored sweater, the first step you want to do, or the preparatory step that you want to do, which we're not going to do today, is to paint it white. And you probably want to give it a couple coats. If you have chalk paint, it will do a great job and probably give you a thicker coat on the first go round. I didn't have chalk paint. I did another one that's white. I just did a couple coats of acrylic, and it was fine. You could still see kind of some of the black or the darker color coming through, but it really was opaque enough that it wasn't going to show through the sweater. That's basically it. So the first thing we want to do is kind of take off the hanger and the little leaf. We won't be using those. And the leaf just pops right out.
Yeah, you can just slide it right out.
And you can keep that for another project. It's actually kind of a cute little metal leaf. Just wiggle this one out.
So there you
go. Yeah, so there's the leaf. There we go.
And mine had some little dings just from Dollar Tree or whatever. So this is a perfect project for something like that. If you find some that are kind of already dinged up a little bit. Yeah. We're going to cover all that stuff up anyways. So it'll be perfect.
Exactly. All right. Then the next thing you want to do is grab an old sweater, go to a thrift store, dig through the back of your closet. And then you want to cut out a piece of that sweater that's roughly the size of your pumpkin. So about an inch or so. Let me see if I can hold this up. About an inch, maybe a little bit more on one side, but it's fine if it's too big because we're going to be cutting off any excess or anything like that. You just want to make sure you don't need to worry about covering the stem, but just the body of the pumpkin. You're going to want to do that. And so make sure that you want your sweater upside down. If there's a right and wrong side, usually the cable knit or whatever, there is a prettier side to it. So you want to make sure that side is down, and you're going to put your pumpkin on top of that. And then the first place we're going to start, try to align it visually so that the cable design is going straight up and down. And your pumpkin's not cockeyed. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of eyeball it. We can adjust it a little bit later. So even if you're a little bit off, it's not a problem. We're just going to tack it down on the bottom, on the base of the pumpkin. And so I'm just going to start at the center, and I'm going to put a little hot glue, and then I'm going to tuck this over and I'm going to glue that edge down. And I'm just going to work around basically the lumpy, bumpy parts.
So there's like 3 little bumps down at the bottom. Are we going to do all 3 of that big of a section?
Okay. Yep. That big of a section, but starting in the middle and then working your way to the edges. So just a little dab of glue. You don't have to pull tight. We're just securing the bottom.
And you're just trying to keep it as straight as possible so that your little edges on your sweater or the cable knits on your sweater, they keep on going kind of vertically, so they don't get too cockeyed.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you kind of pull in tight enough to maintain that
the curve,
those three little curves.
Exactly. I kind of just tack it down in place, and then because I don't hit every spot with my glue gun, then I'll pull a little tighter on those areas where I didn't tack it down yet, and I'll just pull and make sure that those curves are showing through. If I didn't do it right the first time. So let me pull this up. This will be a fun thing to demo here. All right. It's hard to tell. Here's the base of my pumpkin. Hey, Dorothy, it's great to have you here today. Thanks for being with us. So I've just tacked down those 3 little bumps, and you can see you pull tight enough that you can actually see that edge, right?
Yep.
That's what you want to see, which is really nice. And from the front, it looks even better, right? You can see the pumpkin shape. Now I would turn it back over on the front and make sure that those cables are still going in the up and down direction. And now we're going to tuck the top part. So we first secured the bottom. Now we're going to secure the top. We're going to ignore the sides for right now. We're going to fold over the edge. And it's kind of a loose fold. You don't really want to pull super tight, but we're folding it over to kind of give it a finished edge right at the stem, so that the sweater won't fray at the top. So I've folded this over, and I'm going to tack it down
on the back side.
On the back side, just on each side of the stem.
Okay. And I would say probably another tip would be kind of not getting too thick of a sweater. Like it depends on how easy, because you want to be able to see that kind of curve on the bottom, those curves on the bottom. If you have too thick of a sweater, it might be a little bit challenging to work with.
Yeah, exactly. So we got dangly sides here, but it should be I just tacked it on both sides of the stem. So it's still loose, but basically what you want to do is turn it back over and make sure that everything still looks straight, because this will give you a chance. If you need to, you can untack it and put it back. But this way, you're the rest of the time we're doing this, we're kind of going back and forth a little bit just to make sure that these cables are still straight. So then we're just going to continue tacking along the top.
And these don't have to be folded anymore.
No, I mean, you can continue the fold as you've done it, like until the fold goes away. Yeah. Until the fold kind of disappears. The fold is really just so that at the stem, like at the turtleneck part, it looks like a little, your pumpkin's wearing a turtleneck, that it's just a finished edge so that the sweater doesn't fray there. So that's really the rest of the edging will be on the back side, so it's fine. All right, so I've kind of tacked it along a couple more inches on both sides, and again, my sides are still loosey-goosey, which is fine. All right, now we're going to look at it on the front again, and you're going to start, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start on the right, and you're just going to pull in the middle of the side of your sweater. Just gently pull it until you start to see the outer cable start to curve around the edge of the pumpkin. So it looks like the pumpkin is actually wearing the sweater, right? So it's kind of following the curve. And it doesn't have to be a real strong curve. Whatever looks pleasing to you. So it'll be straight in the middle, but then as you get to the edge, it'll start to curve. and then turn it back over and start to glue it down in the center again. We're always working from the center out.
And this is where you can kind of trim off.
Exactly.
I have quite a bit of excess here.
I do too.
Pulling
yeah.
it, so
I'm going to tack it down in place and then I'm going to start trimming. So, because I want to keep that tension where I had it. And then I can always, like I've got a good 3 inches I can
me too.
trim. It's always better to have more than not enough. All right, then we just keep working our way around the side.
Do you do the opposite side first, or
no?
do you just work?
I finished once. I finished one side, yeah. And then you might find, I mean, there's not a corner on a pumpkin, but you might find as you're meeting the bottom to the sides that there's that excess little bit that comes up. You can trim that off as well as you're working your way around. So just trim as you go. It's such a forgiving project because the sweater has so much give to it. It's really, you almost can't make a mistake. Like you almost can't.
Yeah, and the fact that it's stretchy, you can, even if you feel like, oh no, I've got it too short.
Yeah.
Nope, you can probably stretch it to where you need it to be.
Exactly. I mean, you could, I haven't done it, but if you had like a sleeve of a sweater, the sleeve of a sweater, you could probably even use that. You might not think it's enough fabric, but because there's so much give.
Yeah, I was thinking also like an old scarf you might be able to use.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Great idea.
I'm just going to trim.
Yep. You're just going to be trimming and gluing and flipping it over and kind of just eyeball it. Make sure that it's secured all the way around that one side. So we're getting there. It's starting to come to life. It's looking good.
Yeah, once you get it kind of stretched around that shape, it really does.
Yeah, it looks really cute because it does look like the pumpkin's actually wearing it once you get that curve. It's really fun. And you can just keep trimming any excess as you go. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. Are you working on your second side now, Harry?
Nope, not yet. I'm just finishing up. I got a little trimming to do, but then I'll be over on the second side.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I'm going to trim a little more myself. I'm going to have little orange fuzzies everywhere.
Yeah, I've got little black and white, so it's kind of everywhere.
That's the fun part of crafting. Yay. You get to make a mess.
Start to see the
Oh, yeah, that looks great. I love that. That's so cool. That is so cool. All right. So on to the next one. And basically just repeat on the other side. You kind of turn it over on the front and you're going to pull until you see that nice curve that you want. Again, it doesn't have to be a real tight, you still want it. You don't want it to pull it so tight that you can see through the sweater.
Yep. And you want it kind of an equal tension to what you did on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. And then tack it down in the middle and then work your way around.
I apologize for my woodpecker.
Your little friend is back. Yay!
Yep. We had a bunch of snow the last few days, so I think the woodpecker has decided, well, I better find an easier place to find my food.
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say, it's like fast food. You guys did get a ton of snow. How much did you end up getting?
So I would say we were probably at our house was probably about 17 to 20 inches.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And it was really that heavy, wet snow. So it really came down. But it wasn't too terrible cold. So that was nice. And
Yeah,
it'll probably all be melted away. Oh, by Sunday, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we're just working away around the edge, trimming off where you have any excess. You know, checking on the front, making sure the tension looks good, that this looks so cute. It's coming along.
And you can kind of trim in stages too. So
yeah.
You have a bunch at first, then trim, and then you can go back in and trim again as you need to.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing exactly. I think your woodpecker's here for trick or treat. Knocking on the door. Hey, I'm ready for Halloween. All right.
And I'm not sure. We definitely have woodpeckers, but we also have chickadees. So they're just little.
Oh,
it's amazing how much noise those little birds can make.
I like little chickadees. They're cute.
Yeah, they are cute, but they're persistent.
Yeah, they lose their charm when they start to make a bunch of noise. All right. I remember when I was a little kid, it was one of the first, I know I had Halloween, and my parents took me when I was teeny tiny, but one of the first Halloweens that I remember as a kid, like being able to kind of go on my own to go trick-or-treating. And my girlfriend and I, we went back to her house the next day with our bag and tried to trick or treat again. It didn't work. we weren't able to fool them. Trying to go back for more candy. All right.
I did. We happened to be at a conference or something one time when I was pretty young, and so we were in a hotel room, and I had some friends with me, so we were trying to trick or treat down the hotel. Like you can imagine, if you're staying at a hotel room, you don't think you need to worry about having trick or treaters, but we didn't understand that might be inappropriate. So we were trying to trick or treat at the hotel.
I love it.
And we got some change and like a Diet Coke.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Oh, people are sweet when, little kids come up to the door. Oh, it's so funny. All righty. You ready for your reveal yet?
Yep.
Just working on that last little trim. That's so fun. I really love the design of your sweater. It looks so cool.
I've got little fuzzies everywhere.
I love it. That's awesome. That's so great. So aren't these adorable? And you can see the tension, right? That when you're pulling that first part, it really helps create that pumpkin shape, all those lumps and bumps down at the bottom, which is great.
Well, and yours really shows up on the video. In mine, in real life, you can see it a little bit better that there's start to have that curvature and stuff.
Right. And I love the little turtleneck at the top. I think it's so cute. It's so cute. All right. Speaking of the turtleneck at the top, the next step we're going to do, and I'm going to get it started, but I'm going to jump on to the next step after that. But Hillary will finish it so we can see what that looks like. But the next step is we're going to take some jute, and then we're just going to wrap around the top of your stem. And I actually started over. Let's see if I can do this without gluing it. Maybe. So I start over the sweater.
Okay.
So you're capturing that edge to tighten it down. And I just kind of start in the back with glue. And this is where patience comes in, and you got to wait for that to dry. And I just kind of capture the top of that sweater and just start wrapping pretty tightly. You want it nice and snug. And you don't have to glue every rotation, you know, around.
Yeah, once you kind of get started, you can.
Yeah, use like every other row or however often you think to keep it in place. You'll definitely need to glue a little bit more as you go around the top and the curvature of that stem.
I might actually glue a little bit on the front side.
That's what I just did, yeah. I'm just going to work your way around. I'm going to kind of I'm going to glue this here and I'm going to stop.
And I am out of glue, so I might have to continue this.
Okay.
After.
Okay. All right.
You can see how you just get it started, keep tacking kind of front and back, and you'll probably need to tack a little bit more as you start, and then as you keep on going.
Definitely around this, this curve, you're going to need to tack some more. And then this is kind of what it looks like from the back.
Okay.
And I just kind of stopped right at the top. I just made my last little swirl at the top and kind of tucked the end and glued it at the back. So it's really simple. But again, you're going to need to kind of tack some glue pretty much every row once you get to this angle. But it's super easy. Just follow all the way around. Then we're going to decorate it with a really fun mutt-rific saying. You can pick whichever fun saying you want. We're going to pick boo with paw prints as letters, which are going to be cute. And the way we got this, the way we put the pattern together is we have some stencils that were provided to us by suppliers, Supreme Source, which we absolutely love. We've used these before in a past Halloween tutorial, which you can go back and look through our playlist and find it there. If you go to our website and you do just search for stencil and it'll come up. And there's a link to it. We also have a link to the stencils down below. So be sure to grab them. But this is the paw print that we're using. And what I did to get the exact right size was I printed this at 80%. So the stencils, there's a bunch of different ones. They're really cute. There's some bones, crossbones. There's rough, RUFF. There's really, there's one that's got a large paw print. You could do that as well on here.
And the intention for these stencils was to actually carve them out of pumpkins. So there's all kinds of different ideas for actually carving real pumpkins too.
Exactly. And of course we go against the grain and we're doing everything but actually carving real pumpkins with these. So anyway, I printed this. You don't need any fancy software or anything. It's just your printer settings. Just set it to print at 80% and you get the perfect size of paw print to use as a template. And so I just grabbed some felt and I cut out my little template here, my little paw print. And then I used some orange felt for this pumpkin. My orange pumpkin, I'll probably use some black felt. And then I kind of created a letter B out of this L, just so I'd have the right size. So you can see what I did here. I created a little B and then cut it out of felt.
And we have so cute.
Boo! I love it. It's so cute. And I'll be doing the same, but in black for my orange pumpkin. So that'll be really cute. Kind of coordinate and go together. And then the last little step is really just kind of adding some embellishments. So I have some fall leaves and I have a few little orange berries here. And I'm going to just quickly add those onto the pumpkin. And I think this will add the nice finishing touch.
And for mine, I used a wooden letter. So a wooden bee that I just grabbed at Walmart. And then we have
cute.
Some of these little wooden paw prints that I painted all 3 of them orange. So that'll be my little boo. there.
I love that. And I really like that it's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun that we can do different things. All right. I'm just tucking my berries into the sweater, and then I'm just going to glue them in place. It's sticking out here a little bit. Just to make sure they don't go anywhere. And then I've got my little leaf here. And I'll glue that down. Get it in the right place. How's Hank doing today?
He's doing great. He's having a lot of fun. He was doing zoomies with his sister a little bit ago, so just before we started. But then he was trying to. I have my leftover piece of the sweater that I didn't use so he was trying to eat that. So that's why he got to be my little craft helper instead of eating sweaters.
I love it. Well, here we go. Here's the finished product. Isn't this adorable? These just turned out so fun, so cozy. With the weather getting chilly and out, it's lovely sweater weather. Why not celebrate it? And I just love the little saying, the little doggified saying. It's so, so cute for all of us dog lovers. And this would be cute for kitty cat lovers too, right?
Yep.
The paw prints would work for
paw prints would work for both, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So hope we've inspired you to go out and make some sweater PUPkins yourself. We love Dollar Tree makeovers. They're just so fun, fast, and easy. And they really don't take too much out of your wallet to be able to put this together. $1 for the pumpkin and an old sweater that you might have in the back of your closet, some scraps of felt, and some, little decorations, some leaves and jute, and you're good to go. So.
Yeah. And we'll have step-by-step instructions for this, and also the finished pictures of Patty's doing her orange one, so you'll get to see the finished one of that. I'm doing this black and white one, so you get to see the finished pictures of that one. So that'll be up later today, and you can find it in the description of this video as well. So yeah.
Thanks so much, everybody. It was a lot of fun. Please stay in touch. Join our newsletter. You get to hear all the good things that are going on. We've got lots of fun stuff. We do giveaways and all kinds of great stuff. And we also have a birthday club. Oh my gosh, it's just so much fun.
Yeah,
we are having a blast in the birthday club. So if you want to join in on the fun, there's a link for that below as well.
Yep.
So
totally free to join. It's a ton of fun. So sign up below.
More giveaways, more deals, more prizes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And yes, this is Hank. He is our newest addition. And so, we're loving him. Thanks, everybody.
He's stealing the show today.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.